Good evening, groovy citizens, and happy Motivational Monday to each and every one of you. Y'all, this has been a long day. And when I tell you it's been a long day, I need you to hear me and believe it. It has been a long day. Now, I'm feeling a lot better because of my sinus issues. However, and because my dad's back is not doing too well. And thank you. So he went to have it looked at the emergency care over the weekend, and they gave him the medicine for the inflammation as well as for the pain. But his back is still bothering him. So he was like, yeah, I think I need to go on to the hospital to have some x-rays and stuff done. So I'm gonna get this video done, wrap it up so I can get in touch with my sister, my brother, and see where they are so I can meet them over there, and hopefully we don't have to sit too far into the night. But God is good, y'all. I am claiming victory even as I share that with you. Now, today's topic, I'm going to be talking about understanding. Oh, let me backtrack. I think I told you all maybe last week that September was the start of Suicide Awareness Month, and this week is Suicide Prevention Week. And so I want to make sure that I'm talking on all of my social media platforms about suicide and its impact and all that other good stuff. So that's what I'll be talking about this week for our car conversation. And today I'm going to be talking about understanding suicidal depression. So if you are having suicidal thoughts, please, and hear me when I say this, please get the help that you need. Too often we think, I cut my AC on because it was a little warm, but I think I cut it off now, 77 degrees. But too often we think, well, this is something that I can probably deal with on my own. And when you have suicidal thoughts, I think it's best that you go and seek professional help, okay? Don't try to deal with it on your own. And so here's some things that you can do. You can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255. And the information I'm sharing with you will be in the description box. Or you can text HOME, HOME, all capital letters, to the crisis text line at 741-741. You can reach out to a trusted friend, family member, or healthcare professional. And the operative word there is trusted. Because let's just be honest, we have to be very careful these days about who we tell what. Because there are some people that love to go and run back and tell your business. They don't tell their business, but they love to tell yours. So if you have a trusted family member, friend, or a healthcare professional, please reach out to that individual. And if it's life-threatening, you just may need to call 911. And this is for you, for somebody that you know. Share this video. I'm encouraging you all to do that because this is a very serious topic. So let's talk about what is suicidal depression. So it's not a clinical diagnosis, but it's a term we hear a lot. Most mental health professionals refer to it as depression with suicidal thoughts. So keep in mind, not everybody who is depressed has suicidal thoughts. I need you to really understand that, because there are a lot of people that suffer from depression, but they don't have suicidal thoughts. But on the other hand, there are also a lot of folks who do suffer from depression with suicidal thoughts. Because some people get to a place and they're like, look, I'm just tired. I'm tired of being tired, and I'm just ready to go on, okay? So here are some symptoms of depression, and they include, but they are not limited to. So don't come back and say, well, she didn't say this, and I saw that sign. No, this is not a complete list. It's just something for you to watch out for. So there can be a lack of interest in normal activities, changes in sleep and appetite. There might be an increase or a decrease. Feelings of hopelessness, feelings of sadness, feelings of restlessness, difficulty concentrating, thinking, or making decisions. And again, there are many other things, but those are just the ones that I wanted to pick out and share with you today, are things that I want you to look out for in yourself as well as others that you may know. So what are some of the signs of suicide? Well, there's making statements about feeling helpless, hopeless, and worthless. Large changes in mood. Talking about wanting to die. Expressing no reason to go on living. Withdrawing from friends, family, and social interactions. Giving away personal items. Participating in excessive alcohol or drug use. Aggressive behavior. Buying a weapon or collecting and saving pills. Saying goodbye to friends, family, and loved ones. Increase in anxious or agitated behavior. Again, this is not a complete list, but these are some things that I want you all to look for in others, as well as yourself, if you've noticed yourself doing any of those things. So if someone you know is considering suicide, or if you are worried about someone considering suicide, safety planning can help. And it is so important to have a plan in place so that you can get that person or those individuals the help that they need. So you may want to ask the individual, are you considering suicide? I know that's not always an easy question to ask somebody, but if you see them exhibiting any of the symptoms that I just shared with you, you definitely want to make sure you are asking the right questions. And when they share with you how they're feeling, I need you to be able to listen without judgment. Because first of all, who are we to judge anybody? But the reason why I think a lot of times people end up committing suicide is because they don't think they have anyone that they can talk to, or they're afraid of sharing whatever's on their heart and mind because they don't want to be judged. And so that's the last thing that we want to do to anybody, because we don't want to be judged. So if they're expressing immediate thoughts of suicide or self-harm, do not leave that individual alone. I cannot stress that enough. Do not leave them alone. It doesn't matter if they say, listen, I need to go to the restroom. That's fine. I'm right behind you. And they're probably going to look at you like you have lost your mind. Listen, if you are showing these signs, you let them know, I'm not sure about where you are mentally right now, so I'm not going to allow you out of my sight. So if you go into the bathroom, I'm going to the bathroom as well. Crack that door because I need to keep eyes on you. And again, they're probably going to give you pushback, and that's all right, and don't you give in. Don't you give in. I don't care what they have to do when they go in the bathroom. Do not give in. You need to keep your eyes on them at all times, because the moment that you let that person out of your sight, just like that, they could be gone. They could tell you, oh, I need to go to the bathroom. And yeah, they go into the bathroom, but they have other ulterior motives once they get in there and shut that door. That's why you need to keep your eyes on them. Try to remove any weapons, medications, or other potentially harmful objects out of their way. Stay with them until medical professionals arrive, or offer to take them to the emergency room for an evaluation. Like I said, if they don't want to go by an ambulance, that's fine. You say, okay, well, I need you to get in the car with me because we're going to go over to the emergency room because I think you need to be checked out by a medical professional. Now, they're going to try to give you pushback and say, oh, I'm fine. I was just talking out my head. It's okay. You put that kind of stuff out there. I'm taking it seriously, and we need to go see somebody to make sure everything is fine, because that could be their way of trying to get you to back down a little bit to give them the space they need to go and do whatever it is that they're going to do. I lost my place here. If they are alone, and listen carefully, if they are alone and you can't get to them, call 911 immediately. I'm talking about you're talking to somebody that may not even live in the same state that you live in. You may be uptown, they may be downtown, and you cannot get to them fast enough. Then you call 911 immediately and send them to that individual's home. Because I'm telling you, in this day and age, you cannot take things lightly. See, for me, you don't get to joke about you want to take your own life and think that I'm going to consider as a joke and laugh along with you, because I'm not. That is very serious. So if you've ever done that, I want to caution you about doing that, because this, like I said, this is very serious. In the last month, I believe I saw a post of some kind, be it a picture of the individual or a video on YouTube of an individual that decided to take their own life because life just got too heavy for them. And if you've been with me for a while, I shared with you about the 10-year-old who, and I forget what state it happened in, who took his life because he was being bullied at school. And he was just tired of being bullied. And he decided to take his own life. And some of the things I remember the father saying that he noticed about his son are some of the things that I shared with you, and things I said to take note of in yourself or someone that you know, love, and or care about. And the father said, you know, I wish I had thought about just taking my son out of that school, because he had gone up to the school several times to complain about this issue. The little boy came home one day, his glasses were broken, and his father asked what happened. And apparently on the bus, the bully hit him in the face with an iPad. Now I would imagine you had to hit somebody pretty hard to do that. And this little boy, he like I said, he just had enough. They were having family time and they were laughing, they were having a good time. But behind this little boy's mind, he had already contemplated taking his life. And it was really sad. I shared with you all when I saw the story. It made me cry. I'm not even gonna lie, because it was so sad. I can't even imagine at 10 years old, a child thinking about committing suicide because life has gotten so heavy. And I'll be talking about that later on in the week, about the number of young people, because I saw a story not too long ago. I can't remember where I saw it now, so I have to do a little research. But a little girl, she took her life. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe she was being bullied. So you can't say anymore, oh, they're just a child, they would never do that, because anything adults can do, children can do too, especially as it relates to suicide. So here's your takeaway. Depression with suicide thoughts are not something you should manage on your own, as I shared with you. If you're currently in treatment for depression, make sure you tell your therapist you're having suicidal thoughts. Excuse me, I cannot stress that enough, because they're not going to know if you don't say anything. So if you were already y'all forgive me, I'm going to have to turn my AC back on because I'm starting to perspire again. So if you're already in treatment, please let your therapist know that you've been having suicidal thoughts. Because again, you cannot get the help that you need if you don't tell people what your needs are. If these thoughts or feelings are new to you, or if you've never reached out for help, ask a healthcare professional. Thank you. Ask a healthcare professional for a referral, or contact a mental health expert in your area. Y'all, I cannot stress this enough. The sad reality is that many individuals who have committed suicide could have gotten help had people noticed even small changes in their behavior, and been able to say, hey, you know what, I think we need to go and get you some help, because I'm noticing some things that don't seem right. Or just asking them, are you feeling suicidal, especially if they suffer from depression. Excuse me. Because typically suicidal people at some point have been depressed, but not always is a depressed person suicidal. So that's why I said you really got to pay attention to what's going on. You need to ask questions, and again, get help for that person. And if they don't want to go get help for themselves, that's fine. You call 911 and get the help for them, because it's just so sad the number of people that are taking their lives. You have people who, I want to say a billionaire, I believe it is, not about a month or so, maybe a month and a half ago now, jumped off of a building and committed suicide. And I don't know if I think it had something to do with his business. I'm not sure in what way, because I just don't even remember, but I just remember reading that story. So people are taking their lives for the biggest things and the smallest things. Some of them weren't suffering from depression. Some of them, excuse me, got some bad news, and it was more than they could handle, and they decided to take their lives. So that's why I'm saying we definitely have to be more in tune to what's going on in the people around us in their lives. And I can raise my hand and admit it. Sometimes my life gets a little chaotic and I have a lot going on, so I may not notice things. But when I do notice, you best believe that I am truly taking note and I'm asking questions. Yes, I'm getting all up in your business because I'm asking questions. I want to know. And I don't ever want anybody to feel like they are alone, like they have no help, like they have no one that they can talk to, because you can always talk to me. And if it's not something that I can work through with you, guess what? I will be more than happy to find somebody that can, to point you in the right direction to get the help that you need. But don't you ever, and I mean ever, never sit back and think that you don't have somebody that cares, because I care and I want you to get the help that you need. Now, having said that, you guys, I'm going to let you be. And like I said, just keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes and your ears open to what's going on in your home and on your job. Excuse me, in your neighborhood, where at your church, wherever the case may be. Just keep your ears and eyes open, ask questions, and help people get the help that they don't think they need, but they really do need. Now, having said that, if you are new to my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to tap the bell. Give this video a thumbs up, because it helps the algorithm and it allows my videos to be seen by more and more people. Those of you that have recently subscribed to my channel, I want to say thank you so much. I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I truly do, because I couldn't do what I do without you all, okay? If this is not your first rodeo, welcome back. Y'all know I miss you when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, enjoy the rest of this evening. Wherever you go or whatever you do, I want you to have fun, but I also want you to be safe. And remember, if you are going through some stuff and you need some help, or you just need somebody to talk to, open your mouth and ask people for the help that you need. Don't be ashamed. You know, too often we get to a place where we're ashamed to let people know that we're going through something. We get ashamed because people know us as this strong powerhouse. That's my nickname. I am a powerhouse. I am a strong woman. Yes, I say I'm an alpha female because that is what I believe that I am. However, I do get to a point where life gets heavy even for me. So I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed. I'm not concerned about what you think. If I need help, I need help. Period. End of sentence. Okay? So, having said all of that, you all know the drill. You definitely know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back. And there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that's going to change that. I love you all so much, and I want you to get the help that you need if you need it. Until next time, take care.